Hey freelancepreneurs and other people listening in, different freelancers or whatever you are. If you're tight on money and you are from the US, Canada, UK, some other countries as well, you can do a lot of donations in regards to donating bone marrow and other things. I'm going to go in this video with some more information. None of these require anything other than that you be to some degree healthy. Now, going into the list here, at least for the bone marrow, you can earn, as this article claims, up to $400 a month. I've never personally tried this. I feel that the risk for the bone marrow is just a bit too high for me, considering there's potential paralysis and other things. But if you're desperate for money and you want a quick $400 in a month, this is something you can consider. The donor requirements: you don't have asthma, you don't have HIV or AIDS, you don't have rheumatoid, psoriatic, or other advanced arthritis, your autoimmune disease that affects your entire body, you don't haven't received any kind of transplant in that regard, you haven't lost a lot of weight or got severely underweight, or a BMI higher than 40, you don't have Lyme disease. The other thing I'm not going to mention on this video because it could get flagged: you don't have the tuberculosis and any other medical condition listed with Be the Match. I'm not entirely sure what they're talking about, but I'm not going to click into it. I'll list the links below for all the sources that I use for this video, so if you want to check that out, feel free to look forward to that at the end of the video, or just check it out now. Really up to you. But in general, bone marrow has risk to it. They claim up to 2.4%, but I believe it's a little bit higher than that. Personally, it's not something I'd want to do, but that is just one suggestion. You can also get paid to donate your stem cells, your blood, your plasma, your sperm, your eggs, depending on what it is. It really doesn't matter. You can donate a wide variety of things. These are just some of the things that you could potentially donate and get money for. The range of rates kind of depends on what exactly you're donating, so you can give it a look, take a look, see what works for you, and go from there. Going into the clinical trials aspect here, there's a wide variety of things you can run through clinical trials. Clinical trials, as they mention here, just as some examples, is you go inside an MRI machine, you get it tested for specific allergies, you try out new vaccines. A lot of these, might pose more risk than less risk, but in most cases they just kind of poke and prod and experiment with things. The range of pay, they claim, could be up to several $100s or less or more, depending on what it is. There is risks involved. Obviously, it's a clinical trial. You can check out some of the different sources that I'll also list in the description below, and any other sources I come across over the weeks, months, as time goes on. Projecting, I'd say, between the donating the bone marrow, if you do the sperm thing, if you do donations of other kinds in the clinical trials, you're looking at upwards of $2,000 to $3,000 a month. But it's a lot of work in sense of driving to these places, and it's a lot of risk depending on the severity of the test, depending on what clinical trials you choose, whether you want to donate bone marrow or if you just want to donate plasma. Of course, keep in mind, this is more for, towards the healthy end of patients. They're not going to want someone specifically sick unless that's the prerequisite for the clinical trial, for example. So check it out if you want, and feel free to consider it. I'm just tossing up another tip. Have a nice day.